Hey guys, if you don't know me, my name is Alicia, the Inked Picker. I am a full-time reseller, and today I have a little bit of a different form of content for you guys. I want to show you some of my favorite and best-selling items from March. So I'm gonna get right into it right now. The first and the cheapest thing that I sold in March that I wanted to show you guys is these Lisa Frank rhinestone stickers. Yes, these are the old ones, and mine were the only panda ones currently listed. They sold in less than 24 hours for, I believe it was 15 plus shipping. And usually, some people ask, how can you tell if it's old or new Lisa Frank? You will want to educate yourself on the logo. As you can see, this one's just the rainbow written out Lisa Frank. But if you go online and look, there are pictures that show you exactly the logo and what time period each Lisa Frank item is from. So, if you want to get educated on it, I would suggest checking that out. The next thing that I've got to show you guys are these really cool Husqvarna. I might have butchered that. These are for embroidery machines. I picked these up at a thrift store. I paid around, I believe it was $3.50 a piece because I think they were priced at $7. And these are basically like for a very fancy Cricut machine. And I got a bunch of them, and this is actually one of the cheapest ones that sold for 28 plus ship. The next item I wanted to show you guys, if you guys watch my videos, you know that I really like selling glass. These I got from my glass guy, and I thought they were super cute. Didn't know what they would go for. I got them for a deal from him, but as you can see, these are very tiny little pair of Murano style cats. Now, with Murano, people ask me, how do you know if it's Murano? There's a couple pieces I've gotten that specifically say Murano on a sticker on the bottom, but Murano can be faked. That's the thing. So I've only picked up a couple of things, like I said, that have the sticker that say Murano, and I found similar pieces online that are listed as Murano, as true Murano. The reason why I put these as Murano style is because of this marbling effect that these have. And that's just a keyword I used to describe these. Because if you go on eBay and you search Murano, you will see a lot of pieces that have this very similar marbling texture to it. But currently, that is all that I really know about Murano. It's just also to watch out for fakes because I guess people make fake Murano. Now, if you guys know me, you know that I loved this item, this Jemmy Big Mouth Billy Bones, and it sings Bad to the Bone. It was pretty awesome. The thing is with this one, it didn't work completely. I believe I put in the description. The mouth and head move, but the tail does not. Music works fine. So, even considering that, this still sold for $40 plus shipping. Very cool. And I know you can fix these up. There are some people out there that will fix them, but unfortunately, I just don't want to. I just don't have the time or the patience. So I sold it as is, and it still paid off. We got this in an auction lot, and I paid $45 for about 6 of them. This was one of them. So talking about an item, if you want to look out. So this is in a category of stuff that I try to look out for now because there's very hot items. Anything celestial, moon and stars, horoscopes, anything like that, zodiac, anything like that is very hot right now. In my opinion, I can't keep stuff like this in my store for very long. One of the examples are these glasses. These are Anchor Hawking Highball Horoscope Zodiac 22 karat gold set of 4. When I got these, I paid $1, I think, for all 4, so didn't have a lot in them. And all the ones I saw online were all different. So some people were listing them singly, some of them were listing them in a set like I did here, and that's what I ultimately decided to do. I ended up selling them for 30 plus shipping. You can see I took a best offer, and these are very cool. And of course, people are probably out there collecting them. So some of them you may be better off listing as a single. I just didn't want to do that, so it ended up paying off. The next thing I want to show you guys is this beautiful fairy lamp. Guys, I love fairy lamps. This beautiful baby blue frosted texture Fenton hobnail fairy lamp. It was rather short, rather small compared to some of the other ones I've gotten, but this sold for $37.50 plus shipping. And this was just an awesome piece. I just had to have it and resell it. And yeah, that's all I can really say about this. I look out for fairy lamps. If I can get them for a decent price, I will. There is one fairy lamp in particular I see all the time. I think it's made by Indiana Glass, and they have a lot of clear and amber ones. Those ones don't sell very well, usually around $10 to $15. But sometimes you can find some that really sell for good money. Like I said, guys, moon, stars, celestial cells. This was a tiny, tiny trinket dish that I actually found on one of my GoPro videos. It ended up selling, I believe I accepted an offer for $40 plus shipping. Actually, let me check on that so I can give you guys an accurate number. Yes, so we accepted an offer on this for $42 plus shipping. I paid $3 at an estate sale. Very cool. It was like a metal little trinket dish. I loved it, but I decided to take a chance and see how much it would sell for, and I was pleasantly surprised. So guys, keep an eye out, especially also anthropomorphic, anything with faces like moons and stuff like that. Also, I find sell pretty well. Another Fenton piece, guys. Can you guys tell I like Fenton? So this one here is a custard glass swan, and it glows. So someone had asked me, why don't I put the glowing picture first? I don't know. To me, it's just I always put the glowing picture second. Some people will put them as the first photo, which that's totally understandable. There is no right way to do it. So that's just the way I do. I do one picture of it just sitting there, no special UV light or anything, and then a picture of it with the light so you can easily compare. This one had a Fenton sticker on the bottom, as well as a couple of notes here. It looks like they got from John and in 1978. But usually these Fenton figurines don't last very long, especially if they're custard glass. Custard glass in general doesn't last very long in my store. And if you look here, we have another one of these. I'm going to say Husqvarna. Husqvarna. Another one of these embroidery book set things that you put in this fancy Cricut machine. This one sold for 32 plus shipping, and this one also I showed that the plastic here was ripped, but this one was a quick and easy flip, easy to ship for 32 plus ship. Right now, guys, Gothic, anything Y2K is very hot right now. For example, I picked these up at my favorite thrift store. I believe I paid $3, and we ended up selling these for 48 plus shipping. We took an offer for $2 off of my asking price. LEI is also a very good brand to look out for in old shoes. One thing you just want to make sure you look out for is like the shoe rot. You want to make sure you bend the soles if you can. Make sure it's not crumbling or falling apart. What's it called? It's not shoe rot, but it's um dry rot that you want to look out for with some shoes. I have had some that will do that. So that's one thing you want to check out for before you buy the shoes. But these beautiful shoes, I love them. And they were a size 8.5, so a decent size. And it looks like they were maybe worn a few times. Nothing major wrong with them, but this is one of the highest selling LEI pairs of shoes that I've ever picked up. At the same thrift store that I picked up those embroidery booklet things that I've showed you a couple of times, I also found this mud dog. Paid like $1.50 for it, and it sold for full asking price, $60 plus shipping. Guys, I do best offer on all of my listings. I know some people do, some people don't. I accept a lot of offers. So we sold this little guy, super cute. I almost wanted to keep it for my little trinket area, but I was like, well, looking at some of these comps, I'd rather sell it rather than keep it. So luckily, I found this after I had checked out, and shout out to Resell the Ride. They helped me out and purchased it for me. So we got an awesome flip at the last second. Another thing you might want to look out for is old doll dining room sets, bathroom sets, anything dollhouse for like miniature furniture. I picked up a bunch of these on Facebook Marketplace for $50, and we made our money back on just one of them. This one is a little living room set, still in the box. Very cool. It's awesome to see some of these really old boxes in the way that they had designed them. Very cool, but this one sold for 55 plus shipping. What did I say, guys? Celestial, moons, stars, they sell. This mug sold for 35 plus shipping. I actually found it at the same estate sale that I found that moon trinket dish that I showed you guys earlier. But this was a beautiful cobalt blue, very eye-catching. It's super awesome that it's kind of see-through. And it also said made in USA there on the bottom. Awesome piece. I loved this. If I could just sell a bunch of Celestial and Y2K items, I think I would be very happy. But yeah, this was a very cool item, guys. And if you can find the set, it'll sell for a lot more. Getting into that $70 range, we've got this really cool native Zuni carved jet bear hairline fetish with inlay stones. As you can see, there are some stones in there. You can see some turquoise and a couple of others in there. Very small little piece, and it sold rather quickly. Um, very cool, guys. If you guys find these anywhere, make sure to check them out. You never know. This was one of the first lamps that I had picked up when I moved back here to Lincoln, and I think I picked this up in an estate sale for I think it was $16. Very cool. It caught my eye. The top and bottom are milk glass. Very cool. Sold for $60 plus shipping, but look at all that detail. I absolutely love this lamp. And it sat on my shelf for quite a while, but finally it sold and I was super happy to get it shipped out. Getting a little out of order here, but we sold this damaged mermaid wall plaque set for 65 plus shipping. As you can see, some of them were previously repaired. Sometimes in a listing, I will use a pencil rather than like my finger to point things out. I feel like that looks a lot better. There were some random chips, a lot of imperfections, but these still sold, guys. If you could find the full set also, these actually had took after I listed because I had found that there were some more imperfections there that I didn't have very good photos of, so I made sure to do that. But guys, keep an eye out for any of these wall plaques, especially the fish ones. Those ones sell really well. I've sold those before. There's a lot of other ones, but some of them are hand painted, handmade. Keep an eye out. This is one thing I always look out for because I personally wear Demonias. These are Demonia Gothica 52 shoes. Like I said, guys, same with those LEI shoes, even though those LEI shoes were vintage, or I guess could be considered vintage. These are modern platforms and they sell really well, especially if they are true Demonias. It's a little hard to tell. Sometimes you can tell by the sole, and this one, you can't see anything. Some of them will say Demonia and have like a fire design on the bottom. But you want to look in the zipper here. As you can see, it said Gothica 52 and then a woman's 5. Usually you can put Demonia Gothica 52 or just type in Gothica 52 and they should come up for you. But these sold rather quickly for 75 plus shipping. I got these in a whole lot of Demonia platforms for 75 plus ship. So we already made our money back on just one pair and I have like 4 more listed. This was an awesome pickup from an auction, guys, but if you can find a true wizard lava lamp with the actual wax in it and not glitter like this one, it can actually sell for a little bit more than this one, but we sold this one rather quickly. I always check the cap. If it says lava light, usually it means it's good money. So if you don't mind shipping giant liquid bottles of lava and wax and whatever, they're a good pickup. So this one was a rather cool little lamp. Is a little different since it had the glitter and not the lava. Sold for 80 plus shipping. Now, looking at this, you would think it's a very unassuming little vase, but I went to a sale and I used my black light pen on it and it glows. This ended up selling for $80 plus shipping. I put Tiffin just because there was a very similar vase that looked like this, but not quite the same little sunflower design that it has here. So I put vintage Tiffin question mark, green satin Vaseline uranium, glass vase sunflower floral pattern. It did have some chips. As you can see, I brought out the pencil again and showed that there were chips on the rim. And this didn't last very long in the store, maybe a week, and it sold pretty quick. As you guys can tell, I like uranium glass. This sold for $80 plus shipping within 24 hours. I paid 18 bucks for this at an estate sale. It's actually in one of my videos. And yeah, very cool little coffee canister. There is a whole set of these, so if you have more, obviously you'll bring in a lot more money. But this one was just the single one for $80. Getting into some art glass, I picked these up at an estate sale on half price day, ended up paying $20 for the pair, And I looked them up because I was looking at the bottom and I saw this signature here, S. Myers, and I found a similar comp on eBay for $130 plus shipping. I was super excited to pick these up, and they ended up selling for $104 plus shipping. Still not as high as the comp I saw, but still enough to make a decent profit, and I packed these very well. I was so scared that these would arrive damaged, so I overpacked, made sure that this could survive a fall off a building and be okay, and they arrived in beautiful condition. One thing I also like to sell is a little bit, I'm gonna say higher end purses, but nothing like Hermes or, the super, super high end. But I do like Dooney and Burke and Coach, stuff like that. This was a purse I had picked up in a purse buy, and the first thing I noticed was, oh, it's not the traditional Dooney and Burke, where usually, this could be blue, but usually this is like brown, dark brown, or light brown. So I thought it was a little different. So I priced it up accordingly. I put $100 plus shipping and it sold within a few days. And yeah, you can see it's beautiful. Dark blue on navy blue, Dooney and Burke. Also checked out the Creed on the inside as well. And yeah, all around a beautiful purse, and the buyer left good feedback. So I was really happy to sell this and to have the opportunity to hold on to it for a little bit. This was a beautiful Scooby-Doo blanket that I picked up at my favorite thrift store for $8, and we sold it for $100 plus shipping, guys. And very cool old Cartoon Network Scooby-Doo blanket, as you can see. It was from 1999, almost as old as me. But yeah, 50 by 60, although I did measure it out and make sure, because sometimes you can have some shrinkage with some of these blankets. But yeah, very cool Scooby-Doo blanket. Went to an estate sale where some of the prices were okay and some were a little high. I picked up this whole set of these very beautiful optic uranium glass little sundae dishes. I paid $90 for the set with these sundae dishes and the pitcher, and pretty soon here you'll see what both sold for. They all sold to the same person. This person paid 35 bucks a piece for 5 of them, so they got all 5 in beautiful condition, no chips, no cracks, nothing. This is actually the highest dollar selling item, but I'm going to show you guys since it sold with the cups. The pitcher sold for $300, guys. I was surprised. I saw one other comp on eBay and it sold for about $200. I'm like, well, mine's the only one listed on eBay. I'm going to price it up $300, and it sold within about an hour of me listing it. So I was super surprised about this. Very cool. So guys, keep an eye out. You just never know. On to Onto these mugs or these teacups, guys. Keep an eye out for Russell Wright. I just learned about this a couple months ago because I had gone to an estate sale, bought a couple of these opalescent looking cups, and they looked interesting for $4, and I ended up selling them. I believe it was for $300 for the pair. I think. These, yeah. I sold these back in January. $300 plus shipping for the pair. I was surprised, but here's what the label looks like. It's a little dark, sorry guys. Some of my photo taking skills might need to be a little bit improved, but I picked up these at that estate sale. And then they did that whole weekend of estate sales, then did another estate sale. Then I helped with the clean out for that estate sale, which also happened to be Russell Wright. And they sold, guys, $200 plus shipping. We sold again another set of Russell Wright. These are bowls this time, except one of the bowls had a chip and still sold for $300 plus shipping. Very surprising. I also have 2 other sets of plates. Or no, 2 or 3 other sets of plates from Russell Wright that are listed right now, except I bumped them way up because those other 2, these mugs or the teacups and these bowls, sold super quick out of my store. Not even 24 hours. So I priced the other things I had up to see what they would actually go for, and we're still experimenting on that. Maybe you guys will see that in my April sales video. But yeah, guys, those are some of my top and favorite sales from March. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully it kept you guys entertained. Maybe you learned some things, and let me know what you think in the comments down below. Just be nice. Anyways, guys, I'll talk to you guys later.